Hi, welcome back to the channel. So today I'm going to move the shrimp tank that I built in the last video, I think it was. And that was the little super easy scape that anybody could replicate for some shrimp, which I was creating for my mum. So it's been here for about 2 weeks-ish now. And yeah, now it's time to move it. So I'm not looking forward to this. So with the tank, I never wanted to move it with any inhabitants in it, but the shrimp came early and then they had babies. In fact, one had babies in the bag and the other one was still buried and still had eggs. So I didn't want to move them while she still had eggs, because if you stress a shrimp out while it's pregnant, it'll just drop its eggs, and I didn't want that to happen. But I think everyone has had the babies and I want to move them before anyone gets pregnant again. I've spotted some absolutely microscopic little shrimp darting around the tank and kind of nesting and hiding out and taking refuge in the moss, so that's good. But yeah, right now I'm going to make coffee because this job is a type of job that is just going to stress the absolute shit out of me, to be honest. I hate doing stuff like this. I hate moving tanks. So yeah, lots of coffee and then let's move it. Okay, so we're caffeined up, I'm ready to go, and I'm just going through to the dining room to where the fish tanks are. But before I do, I was just going to show this on the channel because it was something I was debating doing, and I have got some things coming up which are some terrarium builds in the little doer. I've got some doer stuff, so I am going to be doing some terrarium builds, so this just seemed fitting to show, seeing as though that's going to be coming up. But over here, Leopard Gecko, and I've recently just kind of revamped her setup. I think it looks pretty cool, if I do say so myself. So she's got like lots of little tunnels and hidey holes. It was all a little bit flat before and I think she was just getting a little bit bored, so I thought I'm gonna jazz it up and make it cool. And so she's got like that tunnel leads to that tunnel, she can go up there, she can go, and then they've got that. There's just so many tunnels and hidey holes, which I think she loves. She's currently in a hot hide at the minute, which is where she spends most of the day. But I honestly just want to shrink myself down and go in it because I think it just looks really cool. And we've obviously got some plants in there as well. It's a little bit hard to keep plants in desert style, but yeah, I've managed to keep these alive for quite a while. These are Earth Star plants, and air plants, they look pretty dead to be honest, but I'll just leave them. And that thing right there, that I don't know, it kind of looks like an elephant toe near the Earth Star, that's called a living stone. They're a bit weird and they freak me out, but apparently they survive really well in desert setups. So yeah, so there's that, and there's also these guys, which are my red-eye tree frogs. These are obviously in a big terrarium that I kind of like customized. It's got like the spray foam background with the cork bark, and you use like silicone and stuff to press in cocoa fibre. You get this really natural background. This tends to go through a lot of different looks because the plants are always changing, because a lot of them either get damaged by the frogs or by like slugs, and they eat crickets, so the crickets tend to eat a lot of the plants. But the things that have survived the best are probably the bromeliads. That one's looking a bit dry, but that one is close to the heater. This one, like I can never look after bromeliads when I get them from a shop. This one is about to send out a flower, which I've never had before, but it's a shame because it's just going to hit the roof straight away because it's so high up. Like that one on top of the cage just died straight away. I don't think you're supposed to keep bromeliads in soil anyway. They're more like an epiphyte. That's lettuce in hopes that the crickets will eat that and not the plants. But yeah, this is home to some little red-eye tree frogs. And it's super annoying when you put all the effort in to make it a nice home for them and they spend the time sleeping on the glass. So yeah, there's one there, and then there is 3 in here. There's one there, and then there's one right there who looks like he's been going through the mud. They are I don't want to say boring, but they're nocturnal, so you never really see anything. So it's kind of, it's good to just have something that looks nice in general, because you never see the frogs doing anything. Like once in a blue moon you'll see them move and you're like, oh my god, take a picture. But other than that, yeah, they're incredible and I find them amazing, and I love frogs. I used to keep dart frogs as well. But yeah, pretty boring. They don't do much. But yeah, so terrariums are coming up on the channel. The light isn't turned on yet, but we have a little doer corner over there. So interesting things to come. That's like a little sneak peek. So anyway, this is about shrimp, so let's go to the shrimps. So now we're just gonna slowly drain the water. I'm just gonna keep an eye on it to make sure that no little baby shrimps get sucked up. Okay, so we're drained, cling film and wrapped up and ready to go. I've emptied it to the point where I can lift it comfortably and sort of manoeuvre it about, because I don't know how I'm going to put it in the car yet. But the shrimp, they've kind of come to the front, but they seem okay. They probably know something's happening. I've also noticed one's still pregnant, which isn't ideal, but it's too late now. I'm just going to have to try and make the process as smooth as possible, and hopefully she'll be okay. So yeah, let's move this to the car and drive. Everything's in a box wrapped up. I've took some extra supplies that I'm gonna need and some things that I'm giving to my mum just to make maintenance easier, chemicals and scissors and tweezers and whatnot. This bit was the easy part. I'm dreading the driving part, so yeah, it's probably gonna be 45-minute drive, so let's go. Please don't be any terrible arsehole drivers on the road, except me. The tank's in place, the water that's left is very cloudy, and a load of soil and like mulchy stuff had come to the front in the foreground. So I didn't bring a pipe typically, so I've been using this little pipette to try and just kind of get all the worst stuff out of the front. But I'm just going to kind of try and leave the rest to the filter. So yeah, I'm going to top up and then we'll see how it settles.